Good morning, good morning, good morning. How's everybody doing this amazing Friday morning? I got to shake my sleeves down because I raised my arms up. How's everybody doing this amazing morning? Today I am a schoolgirl. Yeah. How are you doing? How are you doing? Let's see who's in the room. Good morning, Miss Lois is the first one in the building. Hey, Miss Lois. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Miss Betty Rose. Good morning, Tiffany. Good morning, Keisha. Everybody is blessed. Good morning. I'm awake and alive. Okay. All right. Um, Good morning, ladies. Thankful to be here today. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Good morning, Deltra. Good morning, Kay. Happy Friday. I am grateful. Yes, yes, yes. Good morning, Lakeisha, Keisha. Yes, do not forget to hit the thumbs up. Hit the thumbs up. Hit the thumbs up. Good morning, cousin. Good morning. Good morning, Sandra. Good morning, Toya. Good morning, Trina. Look at the prep school girl. Yep. Yes, indeed. Love the sweater. Thank you, cousin. Good morning, Michelle. I am blessed, blessed, blessed. Yes, 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 yes. Good morning, Crystal. I'm blessed. I love the look. Thank you. Good morning, Salima. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, Tina. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Friday. Are you guys ready for the weekend? I don't know what you guys have planned. I don't even know if the weekend is going to mean anything to you because you might still be working. So I don't know what that means for you. But for Kay, it means that she is going to have an amazing sale today. So you guys, if you are not following Push Classics Collections yet, my hands are extra red on the inside. If you guys are not following Push Classics Collections, please go and follow her today. She's going to do a sale for her lunch and she has mystery boxes. So you guys make sure you go and support. They are going to be, I think, $25 and $25 and I think $50. She have mystery boxes. So you'll be able to grab some goodies that you could use to accessorize and complete your look because that's her model, complete your look. So you'll be able to do that today. So, how did everybody feel about we are completing preparation week? How did you guys feel about preparing? And I wrote some key things that I wanted to, some key takeaways that I want us to consider when we are planning and, writing out our goals because a lot of the times our goals are not clear. And so I want them to be super crystal clear, but there's also some things that have to go with that. So I want you guys to write that down if you can. If not, save the video or come back to the video. And when you are able to take some notes, then take some notes. But I got plenty of notes. Today I have 4 pages. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 pages, but it's just some tips and pointers on how we can maintain and keeping our mindset together in order to achieve the things we want to achieve. Yes. Can you put her link in the chat? Yes, I can. Push Classics Collection. There you go. There you go. Okay, if you're in the room, make sure you let everybody know. You can put your website up too if you want to shop early. So that's that. We have Miss Betty Rose coming in. Don't forget, Miss Betty Rose is coming in to help you guys with your taxes. Good morning, Tiffany. She's going to be coming in to help you with your taxes on the 19th. On the 16th, we have subscriptions. And we said that customer service was something that we wanted to do. So we're going to have a customer service class for you guys as well. And hopefully Sean is going to be teaching the customer service class because that's her lane, that's her level of expertise, and she's going to be coming in and teaching that for you guys. And remember, all of the classes, you guys can actually I actually had transferred over the domain, so you guys can actually go on over to Bubble Babes University right now and take a look around and see what you see if there's any changes, any things that you think that I should add to the site. I also wanted to get your feedback on what things do you think we should add to the university, right? I mean, we've got plenty of stuff in there. We have the free classes in there. We have the live replays. We have downloads. We have contracts. We have templates. We have, what else do we have in there? I just added the book club, the accountability club. All of that is in the Honor Society. So it's so many things in there. I don't even know. What do you guys think that you need, or that I should add in the Honor Society? Because I think it's a lot of information in there. I think we're pretty stacked up in there. I think it's pretty stacked. But yeah, let me know if you have any ideas, put it in the chat, and we will work on it. So how clear is everybody with their goals? Are you crystal clear on what your goals are? Did you set your goals out like, this is my monthly, this is my weekly goals, this is my monthly goals, this is my 3-month goal, this is my 6-month goal, this is my yearly goal, this is my 5-year goal? Like, has anybody really sat down to thoroughly plan out what they want their future to look like? Have you actually sat down and got crystal clear on what it is that you wanted? I could be the first to admit that I absolutely am not crystal clear on my actual, the goals further and further down the line, right? I'm clear sometimes during the day. I'm clear for the week, but sometimes I'm not as clear as I should be. Like, some things are very vague. You know what I'm saying? And so if your goals are vague, you're not going to be, because it doesn't matter if you hit it, you hit it or not, because you don't know what you're exactly hitting, right? You're like, oh, I want to have more sales. More sales could mean 1, more sales could mean 2, or you could, in your mind, you were thinking you wanted to have more sales like 100. Like, so what does that look like for you? So then we need to write these numbers down and we need to get clear. So clarity is very important on your future, because if you want to hit the target, you got to see it. It's got to be there, right? You can't hit a moving target. We say that all the time. You can't hit a moving target. You got to be able to see what it is that you want, right? Because as soon as you see it, you can plan to get to it, right? Oh, I need an arrow. It needs to be sharper here so that when I shoot it, it's going to go straight. Or I need an arrow. It needs to look like this, so when I shoot it, it's going to bend a little bit because I can see the goal and I know how I got to get there, right? So that is how we have to see our goals. We have to have precision, and we have to be laser focused so that we can hit that target each and every single time. Yes, yes, and yes, you guys. Yes, yes, and yes. Good morning, sis. Good morning, Chantel. Good morning, Nene. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, April. Good morning. Long time no see. No, I started, but only got to monthly financial goals. Didn't write out the steps I need to get there. Yes, let's take some time, right? Because a lot of the times we don't want to sit and think about what we want to do, what we want to do with our goals, right? We have them kind of in our head. And the thing about them being in our head is they're in there, and sometimes we'll forget, right? Or sometimes it'll just, we'll overlook something, right? But if we write it down and we have the actual proof that these are the things that we want, and now that we know what we want, now we have to take those steps to get there. So what are we going to do to get there? So I want you guys to commit to yourself today that you are going to get crystal clear on what your goals are. You are going to get laser focused on what you want to achieve. Yes, yes, and yes. Everybody, if you agree with me that you are going to get crystal clear, put a 1 in the chat. And if you like what you're doing right now and it's working for you, put a 2. Put a 2. This year I am not clear. I am definitely not clear on my 5-year goals. That's okay. That's okay. And your 5-year goal may change. You know what I'm saying? Depending on what what you're doing right now, your 5-year goal may change. You may even hit that 5-year goal beforehand. You know what I'm saying? Like, it may move. So just something so you can have the blueprint so that you know how to follow it, right? You can't build a house without the blueprint, right? They set out everything. They tell you how to lay the foundation, how to put up the steel, how to do that. They show you everything in the blueprint, the measurements, everything is detailed for you there, right? So we need to create a blueprint for our future. We need to create the blueprint for our goals and our dreams and our visions. We need to create that. Somebody put in the chat, create the blueprint. You have to create the blueprint for your success, right? Create the blueprint for your success. Goodness, I've never seen how bad I am. I've never seen how bad I am not clear on things unless written down and seeing it in front of my face. Right. I've been seeing a lot that I need to change and plan to sit. That's right. That's right. That's right. My computer feels so low today. I'm like, but I'm gonna try to look up here. I'm gonna try to look up here. Everybody take some time, right? If you have to carve out maybe 20 minutes, 30 minutes, just sit down for a second to reflect and to see what you actually want. Usually when I talk about goal setting, I always say, get clear and sit down and figure it out and do da 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 da. But this if we're expecting different things to happen for us for this year, if this is going to be the biggest year that we've had in business, there is going to be some changes that has to be made. And there's going to have to be some changes in your behavior that is going to have to change, some changes in your patterns that are going to have to change, because anything that we consistently do is going to become a habit, right? So we can consistently be a lot of things. We can consistently feel like we can't think. We can consistently refuse to plan, right? We can create a habit to do all kinds of things, right? And as long as we keep on doing it, we're going to create that pattern, right? And so we want to create patterns of good behavior. We want to create patterns that is going to ensure our success, right? Because if we could prepare for it, it is probable that we're going to get it, right? It is probable that it's going to happen. Yes, yes, and yes. Good morning, Yolanda. Good morning. Yes, you started using the Pomodoro technique. Yes, this week it helps a lot. I'm telling you, that Pomodoro technique, it makes you want to, you're trying to see how much you could do within that 20-25 minutes. You really trying to test the clock, and you just going, going, going. And that's amazing, because when you don't have anything that is measuring your time, you're just leisurely doing all kinds of stuff, scrolling all day, mindlessly on different things, wasting time in different areas, right? And so I'm telling you guys, there's an app, you guys. If you have not yet downloaded this app, you don't necessarily need the app. You could do it with your timer on your phone, set 20 minutes, and then take a break 5 minutes, and then go back 20 minutes. You could do it however you want, but there's an app that'll help you do this, and it's free. Just download it, and it'll beep and everything. So check it out, check it out, check it out. Nikki, you have really helped me change my mindset and push myself harder. Thank you, sis. You're welcome. You know I love you, girl. You know I love you. Yes, she said Pomodoro is bae. I'm telling you, that thing, you be like, you never felt like you could get so much accomplished in the 20 minutes ever. You like, whoa, I got all this done. Usually you can have a whole full day and you don't get as much as accomplished in your whole full day than that 20 minutes, right? That 20 minutes, you like, I got everything off my list. And the whole day you have barely crossed off one. Barely crossed off one, right? So we have to make sure we get crystal clear. Set some time out for this weekend. I want you to come back on Monday. I want you to come back refreshed. I want you to come back with your clear vision, because if it's cloudy, you're not going to be able to see where you're going. So I want you to have clear vision, right, on what you want to do. And then I also want you to start thinking about how can you hit that in measurable steps. How can I hit that in measurable steps? Can I want to do this. So what are the steps do I need to do to get to that? There's many steps that I have to do. And I mean MINI, right? I don't mean many, like MANY. There's many steps that you have to do to get to these goals. And so if you do these many steps, you'll be able to hit that goal, and it would not seem so out there. It won't seem so outrageous, unattainable, because you're able to see the many accomplishments on every single goal. Yes, yes, and yes, you guys. So clarity is definitely number one. Clarity's number one, right? And I have stole a quote. No, I didn't steal it, but I'm gonna share it. With Steve, it's from Steve Maraboli. He's a writer. It says the best way to succeed is to have a specific intent, a clear vision, a plan of action, and the ability to maintain clarity. The ability to maintain clarity. It's easy for us to get knocked off track. It's easy for our vision to get clouded. It's easy for things to get foggy when things just start happening. But if you have a clear vision and you stick with the plan, you'll be able to hit that. You'll be able to hit that, right? And so I want you guys to keep that in mind. Those are the 4 pillars of success. It never fails. It never fails, right? So intent, clear vision, a plan of action. You know, a plan of action. I say that all the time. Execute quickly. A plan of action and the ability to maintain clarity. Because when you're excited about something, it's easy for you to do it. But when the excitement is gone, then you don't want to do it as, you know, as you would do it before, right? You're not excited about it anymore. It's like, I don't feel so. Maybe it's not. Maybe that's not my blessing. I don't. It is your blessing. You just got to stick with it. You gotta you gotta maintain the vision and keep the way, keep the path, stay on the path. Yes. And stay on the path. Number 2 is you have to be decisive. You have to be able to make decisions, and you have to be able to make decisions fast, right? A lot of the times we're hemming and hawing. We're hemming and hawing about when we're launching, what we doing, what we're going to do, what sense we want to use, da 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 da. We're hemming and hawing. We're not making decisions. A lot of the times we are just creating patterns of indecision, right? Because if you say, "Oh, I can't do it now," and then you keep on doing that creates the pattern, and that pattern is going to stick with you. And until you break that pattern, you're not going to be able to make decisions quickly. So you got to be able to make decisions quicker. Make decisions quicker. I'm not saying rush, right? I'm just saying to make decisions quicker, right? Not to rush, but think it through thoroughly and make a decision, right? Don't sit and don't hold off on things that you already know internally, you know the answer to. So why are you holding off on something you know the answer to? Let the answer be known, right? Let the answer be known and make that decision, right? You know you shouldn't carry these certain products. You don't need to have it sitting on your website forever, trying to make a decision. You're like, "Oh, I don't know if I should take it off. Oh, I don't know if I should keep it." Make the decision to take it off, right? Make a decision, right? And so that's number 2. Number 2 is being decisive, right? And the reason why we're afraid to be decisive is because we're scared that we're going to make mistakes. And we are human. We are designed to make mistakes, right? We are not perfect, right? And I'm not saying that because you made a decision fast is going to be the right thing. It may not have been the right thing, but you can quickly change it because you are being decisive and you are acting quickly, right? There's movement going on, right? And so you're able to fix that, right? You ain't never lied, dragging the process out because I can't make up my mind. Absolutely. And so we need to get into the habit of being decisive. We need to get into the habit of saying, "I'm not going to allow this decision to take this long." Be in the habit of saying, "Oh, all right, let me give myself 10 minutes to think about it, and then I'm going to make my decision." Instead of making this a week, 2 weeks, a month, a year, stop waiting. Right? Because if you already know what you want to do, then do the thing that you want to do and stop. You don't need anybody to confirm what it is. They don't need to confirm your opinion. They don't need to confirm what it is that you need to do. They don't need to confirm that, right? You need to confirm it for yourself. It's your decision, right? I don't need outsiders to come and tell me, "Oh yeah, maybe you should do." No, I need to make that decision, and then they get they get to see it after the decision is made, right? So make decisions quicker, and you don't want to create a pattern of being indecisive. Yes, 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 and yes. Good morning, Yazzie Faye. Good morning, Michi. Solar Moon, yes. Sailor Moon. Sailor Moon, absolutely. I loved Sailor Moon. I really did. And I'm loving it, Nikki. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Good morning, Linda. Good morning. Pomodoro is great. I use it at work. Yep. Hey, schoolgirl. Hey. Hey. So being decisive, right? Everybody put decisive in the chat. We want to make the patterns. We want to create the patterns of being decisive, right? We do not want to create the patterns of indecision. Put decisive in the chat, right? That is a good leader makes decisions quickly. You rely on the leader to lead because the leader makes the decisions that makes the hard decisions that nobody else wants to make, right? You follow what your boss or what the leader is saying because the leader is telling you how to take the path, right? The leader is saying, okay, well, we got to stop doing this. You need to do that. Oh, okay, this ain't working. We're going to cut that out. We're going to do this. You have to be decisive. You have to be decisive. Make the decision. Just downloaded the app. I'm telling you, that stuff is good. That stuff is good. Everybody should have it in the phone. Good morning, Georgetta, and welcome, welcome, welcome. Yes, make decisions quickly, right? Number 3, you need to have a vision. You need to have vision. What do you want for your business? What do you want for yourself? Where do you see your products at? Where do you see the growth of your business at? Like, where are you going to be? What is the destination? What's the destination for you? Right? We need to know what that is. Right? If we don't know, then it's everything. Right? But if you, and then nobody can move you. If you know, nobody can move you. Good morning, Tracy. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Nobody can move you, right? So you need to make sure, because if something happens, oh, the wind is going to blow me any kind of way, right? If we're in certain groups and we're in certain, like, we see certain things, we're like, oh, like if we're looking at Bath and Body, like, oh, maybe we should do that. Oh, maybe we should do that. Somebody has a new vessel. Oh, I should copy that vessel. Oh, they got glitter in their candles. Oh, look at those labels. Oh, look at that. And then our eyes are just all over the place. We're lacking focus, right? We need to be focused, and we need to focus and lock in on what it is that our vision is. And so we could get clarity on that and act on that. Right? Because if I see your vessels, I could just say, oh, that's a nice vessel. I don't have to invest in that vessel, right? I could just look at it and say, oh, that's nice. But if I'm investing in, now I got to test a new candle. Now I got to test a new wick. I got to test a new, and now I'm trying this, and it's taken away from the thing that I'm doing. And it's not even a part of my vision. It's not even a part of my goals. And I'm trying to do all of this, taking away from what I know I want to do, but I'm adding this on because it's a great idea. How many of you guys know that that's you? How many of you guys feel that way at times? How many of you guys feel that way at times? Good morning, D. Good morning. You really got me thinking you really talking to me today. Okay. Yes, yes, yes. That's me, shiny object syndrome. And then you have a bunch of stuff that you can't use. And then you took valuable time away from your business, valuable time away from your family, valuable time away from your goals, and you trying to try something new because you seen somebody else do it. And that's because you look into the left and to the right of you, and you should be looking straight ahead, right? You need to be looking straight ahead. You lock in. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. Lock in. Focus. That's what I've been doing my best to do. Got you. Got you. Got you. Got you. Remember when I said in football, they tell you I have too many silicone molds. Sell them. Sell them off. Remember I told you in football the analogy about, well, not really the analogy, but this is the training, right? They tell them to keep their feet moving. So if anything, their team could push them over, right? Well, it's the same with karate. I didn't know that, but I was listening to something this morning, and I was like, oh, wow. Okay, so in karate, it's the same thing, right? In karate, they tell you to keep moving forward, right? Because no matter what, if you start to even inch back just a little bit, just a little tiny bit, if you just try to inch back a little bit, guess what? If you backing up and you facing forward, right? What do you have to do? You can't just back up blindly, right? You need to look back there. You need to see what's going on back there, right? You need to check and see if there's anything behind you. Maybe you might stumble or something. Maybe you might fall. You may go over the edge somewhere. You don't know what's behind you, right? And so you got to keep checking, right? And so by you not moving forward and trying to, stop and look back, you're taking away from your forward progress, right? Because every time you taking steps back, you got to really look over your shoulder. You got to do all this extra stuff when you could just be moving forward and just full steam ahead, right? And so I want you to remember that, and I want you to put that in your notebooks, on a post-it, wherever you need to post it. Continue to move forward. Continue to move forward. So you may have tripped on a rock that was in front of you. That's okay. Move forward. You may have stumped your toe. Move forward. It doesn't matter. Just continue to keep your feet moving forward. Forward motion only, right? Because you're destined to hit your target if you keep moving forward towards it. You're not going to hit your target if you have to keep moving back and looking around. You're not going to hit it that way. So you got to make sure that you are committed to moving forward. We need to commit to move forward. Everybody say that in the chat. Commit to moving forward. Commit to moving forward. I've been lazy and procrastinating, got a dining room full of equipment collecting dust. Yes, because the excitement is buying it, right? The excitement is, I'm going to do all these things when I get this thing. Oh, I can't wait till this thing comes in. I know it's me, right? I can't wait till this thing comes in. Do you guys know how many cameras I have? I've just looked at my camera. I have like 3 really good cameras. Why I have 3 really good cameras? Because somebody said this is the better camera for this. Somebody said this is the better camera for that. Somebody said this is the best vlogging camera. And it changes consistently, right? And so I keep buying, what I think is going to work for me. And I got 3 of them that I'm not using, right? I can't use all these cameras. I'm not a photographer. All I need is a camera to create my content and vlog. That's it. I don't need to have all these other cameras or all these other lenses because that's not what I do, right? But when you're looking at everybody else and they're saying, oh, this is the thing to do, you think that's the thing to do, right? You think like, oh, I need that because look how crispy that video is. Oh, I need that because look how easy it is for them to get the wax out of there. I love that. Oh, I need that because look how easy, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's so many things that just throws us off, right? We need to forward motion. Forward motion. Happy Friday, Chantel. Happy Friday. Commit to moving forward. Yes, yes, yes. To help me move forward and stay focused, I created a shiny things list. This way, when I'm looking for ideas later, I can refer back to it. That's a good idea. That's a really good idea. Yes, everybody. Commit to moving forward, right? The next thing is competence. Competence, right? I want you guys to make the decision to be excellent at what you do. Be excellent at what you do. Don't be okay. Don't be mediocre. Be excellent at what you do, right? It's a million candle makers. It's a million soapers. It's a million everybody out here in this world, right? The market is oversaturated, so they say, right? But there's only one you. Commit to being the best, whatever it is that you do, period. Right? Nobody's going to outwork you. Nobody is going to outlast you because you have your sights set and you know that you are going to you're committing to excellence, and that's all that there is. If that means that you're going to take some classes, you're going to take some classes. If that means that you need to experiment a little more so that you could perfect your technique, then do what you need to do. But remember, always stay a student, always stay learning. But yes, commit to excellence, commit to saying, I'm going to be the best at. Do you feel, I want everybody to think about it. Do you feel that you are the best in your field right now? Not the most popularity, not because you have the most sales, but doing what you do. Do you feel that you are the best that you could be? Right? Do you feel that you are the best candle maker that you could be right now, and tomorrow you could be better? Do you feel that you are the best soaper right now, but tomorrow you could be better? What do you need? What do you need? Good morning, Candace. Good morning. So I see a few no's. So if no is the first thing that comes out of your mouth and it's not, if no is that thing, then there's some work to be done. There's some things to learn. There's some room for growth. There's some things that have to happen in order for us to feel like we are excellent in something that we are doing. Do you feel that you are excellent when you are posting on your social media? Are you showing up as consistently as you can? Are you, creating content that you think that people are going to find valuable? Are you creating content that you think people want to see and share and talk about? Are you creating that type of content, or are you just creating content for the sake of doing it and then not really caring if it hits or misses, because you just know that you just put something out and that was just, I just need to put something out. No, we need to really have we need to have something behind the actions that we're taking, right? There needs to be some reason that we are going to be doing it better than just anybody else. We have to do it better than somebody else, right? Because if I'm not doing it better and I'm just trying to just skate by, then how's that going to help me thrive? How is that going to help me be successful? How is that going to help me to hit my goals? It's not. Is not. And we need to come to that realization that we need to put everything that we need into our craft, everything that we need to do in our actions for our business, everything that we need to do for our team, everything that we need to do for ourselves. We need to put what we need to put the work in, because you're not going to be able to get anything out of it if you're not putting anything in it. If you're not researching and trying to figure out how to do things, I give plenty of tips, and I'm always a student. I'm always on somebody's page and I'm like, oh, I didn't know I could do that. Oh, I'm gonna try that. Oh, you know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking about how I'm showing up. I need you guys to think about the way that you're showing up. Does your social media feed look like somebody you would buy from? Does your products look like somebody you would buy from? And if it doesn't, commit to excellence and figure out how you can make that thing excellent instead of being mediocre. What could we do? Commit to excellence and not to mediocrity, right? Commit to something. But I say commit to excellence, because if you commit to excellence, then you're always going to be putting your best foot forward. You're always going to be putting out your best work. Can your work get better? Sure, because you could be even more excellent the next day, right? But as long as you did the best that you could with what you had in this day, then that is your excellence for the day, right? If you figure out something and you could be better tomorrow, guess what? Apply that and you could be the best that you could be that day, right? But commit to excellence. Commit to excellence. I feel that I'm a good candle maker, but I strive to learn to be better. Absolutely. Absolutely. I feel like I'm the best with certain products. I'm just not popular. Popularity is it depends, right? It depends. If you are not popular, are you doing the work, right? If you're not out there, are you visible, right? If people are not buying, is your message connecting? Because there's some things that we need to go back to the drawing board to fix, if you know what I'm saying, to make these things pop. And if we need to do that, then we got to do it. We got to do the work, and it's easy and it's okay, right? Well, it's not easy, but it's okay. It's okay. Yep, with candles, but always can learn more. But with social media, I could be better. But I'm about to take my time and have been trying to learn more. And your content is looking really good. Your content is looking really good, Trina. I'm always a student. However, I always want to learn more. Absolutely. Absolutely. Always learn. Always learn. Good morning, Jovi. Good morning. Did I say good morning to you, Janae? Good morning. So I just want you guys to commit to yourselves to be excellent. Commit to yourselves to be excellent. Commit to yourselves to deliver an amazing product. Commit to deliver amazing service. Commit to over delivering to your people, because they're going to appreciate it, right? Commit to that. Yes, yes, and yes. So everybody, we got that, right? We're going to move on to the next thing. We're moving on to the next thing. And I also wanted to add, the harder you work, the better you get, right? Because if you are putting in the work, it's going to show up, right? If I'm putting in the work, it's going to show up. When I know that I'm preparing and I'm good with my notes, everything is laid out for me. I know that even if I go off, I still got my notes that I could look at, but I was prepared and I'm ready. So I worked really hard so I could research what I had to do so I could make sure that the job gets done. Right? So the message that I relay is going to be something that, I'm on task, I'm on point with, right? And I'm not all over the place, and I'm not hemming and hawing all over the place, right? I need to learn more about content creation for social media. Content creation, everybody has content creation on their YouTube. I'm sorry, I just got a text message. Everybody can learn how to do content creation. You could do it on YouTube. You could also, there's some people on freaking Dontel Antonio. Oh my gosh, it's so amazing. Dontel Antonio, he is called the Content King. And he offers free classes, and I know he just did a seminar, but he shows you how to show up as your authentic self and your authentic voice, and putting out the content and being unafraid, and to get yourself out there. All the rest of that stuff will come as long as you get yourself out there. I absolutely love, love, love Dontel Antonio. So if you guys are struggling with your content, if you're struggling to find your voice, I suggest that you guys go follow him. And see, he got some free stuff, he got some paid stuff. Go and go take some stuff go take some classes, and see, because he had was it a 3-day, I think it was a 3 or 5-day challenge. And it was a whole free 5-day challenge, and he gave stuff that he could pay for, right? He gave everybody information that they could use that as soon as they got off the live, they were able to apply, and they were able to see the results. Like, he gave a whole lot of value in his free class, a whole lot. And it was a challenge. You had to do certain things. You had to engage. There was a lot of stuff that was going on, but it helped you to get outside your box. It was helping me to find my voice. It was helping me be okay with the way I sound. It was helping me, instead of being phony with the way I, speaking on the videos, it made me speak in my authentic voice, right? Because he speaks in his authentic voice, right? He's amped up and excited. He's not toning down for nobody. And so you guys need to, that's one thing. If you find your voice, your customers are going to connect to you, right? They're going to connect to that whole thing. They like, "Ooh, I love your accent. Ooh, I love the way you speak. Ooh, I love," they're going to gain that love for you. So yes, Dontel Antonio, go follow him, go follow him, go follow him, go follow him. Right. And so I also want to say, for excellence, that if you work 8 hours, and this is what I got from, I think it was Brian Tracy. If you work 8 hours, you work 8 hours for survival. Listen to that. You work 8 hours for survival. Anything you do after 8 hours is for your excellence, right? It's for you to perfect your craft, right? Millionaires and billionaires, they don't just work 8 hours a day, right? They put in the work. They're working 12, 15, 16, 20. They working a lot of hours a day, right? And so they're putting that work into their business. A lot of you guys are saying, "Oh, but I'm so tired when I get home from work." So you put all that time into your job, and you mean to tell me that you can't put any time into what you say is your dream, or what you say you want to achieve? Because when you're going to be working that job, so when are you ever going to think that you're going to feel like working past that time so that you can ensure that you have success? When is that going to happen for you? Right? Some people work more than 8 hours at their job, and then they get home and they're tired. It's understandable. I'm not saying like, "Oh, how could you?" Please don't, think that that's what I'm trying to say, because I'm not. But what I'm saying is that you have to work on yourself as hard as you're going to work at that job. As far as you're going, as hard as you're going to work for your employer, why not do the same thing for yourself? Why not do the same thing for your business, right? Even if you put in 12 hours in your job, but you can only put in a half an hour for your business. If only you could put in weekends for your business. It's okay, whatever that time is, but make sure whatever that time is, that you are 100% committed to it. Yes, yes, and yes. You have to commit. If this is your dream, some people say, "My dream is to stop working this 9 to 5." But yeah, you busting your behind at this 9 to 5, and you barely putting in time for your business. And your business is just sitting there, right? The stuff is just sitting there. Social media is just sitting there, right? And you're not doing anything. You're not fixing anything on a website. You're not adding new things. You're not taking pictures. You're not thinking of any descriptions. You're not coming up with a game plan. Like, there's nothing happening. So how could you say that you don't want to work there, but you're not putting in the work to do the other thing, right? We have to put the work in for the other thing. And if that other thing is your dream, if your job, if what you want to do with your business is a side hustle, and that's okay too, right? If your plans are not grandiose, that's fine. If your plans are just to do what you can so you can have some extra income to take the kids out, but pay for your kids' sports events, to pay for college, and that's all that you want to do, that's fine too, right? But you will treat that like a side hustle, right? Because there's nothing major. There's nothing that's going to change because you know you're going to stay at your job and this is for your extra money and you are clear on the path, right? But if your path is to leave that job and you want this business to pop, then there's some things that have to be changed in order for that to happen, because it's not going to pop just because you have the idea of making it pop. It's not going to just pop because it's a great thing. You know what I'm saying? You have to have more than a great idea, right? It has to be more than a great idea. There has to be some work that has to be done. It has to be some focus that has to be, that has to happen, right? Yes, yes, and yes. Yes, yes, and yes. The next thing I want to tell you is concentration. Concentration. Hey, babes. Hey, Kay. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I was talking about your sale today, so put your handle in the chat so everybody could follow you. And I told them about 12 o'clock. You got your mystery boxes, so put it down in the chat for me, please. Right. The next thing is about concentration. Right. There's never how many times do you put a whole list of things and you get absolutely none of that done? Right? We do that all the time. I know I for sure do. I'm good to write me a super long list and don't get half of the things done. Right? But if you concentrate on the things that need to happen most, then the things that are priority, you will make sure that those things are taken off the list, right? Because they are priority. And that's what I also put on my post today. Make first things first. And that also comes from the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey. Is that you have to make sure that if that is a priority, if these things, if orders need to go out, if something needs to be made, that you spend the time doing that instead of writing posts on social media that's not going to help you do that thing. Writing posts on social media, emails, or just nothing, or you know what I'm saying, that you're not doing things that are time wasters, that you are going to be putting the effort and the things that have to happen first. The things that has to be priority needs to be taken care of first. What are your top 3 things that you need to do? Right? In a day, we don't have enough time to do everything, but you do have time to get the things that are most important done. Did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear that? You don't have time in a day to do every single thing that you want to do, right? You don't have time in a day. There's always going to be something that slips through the cracks. But what's important to you, you're going to make sure that you do it, right? You're going to make sure that that job is done because it's important. So you got to learn how to prioritize your day. You have to know how to put first things first. You have to know that you cannot spend your time with things that are going to be time wasters. Time sucks. You cannot do that. If you're going to run your business and you want to be efficient right now, a lot of us are running our business as solos, right? Solopreneurs. That's what we are right now, right? We wish we had a team. We don't have a team. We can't have a team. We can't hire a team, whatever, right? But we are doing the job ourselves. We're doing the job ourselves and we're wearing a million different hats. That means our job change from day to day. That means our tasks change from day to day, right? But if we don't prioritize what needs to get done, guess what? Things are going to slip through the cracks, right? If we don't prioritize and automate, we are going to be losing out on our day, because we should be actually thinking about how can I maximize on my time? I'm doing this alone. And so these are the things that need to get done. All these other things can get done on my downtime, or they can not get done if they is not something that necessarily needs to be done, especially in that day, right? I'm going to make sure that I put my whole focus, my concentration onto the task at hand, and I'm going to make sure that I complete it. I'm going to commit to excellence. I'm going to do the best that I could do with what I got, and I'm going to make that happen so that I can move my business forward, so that I could continue to move my feet forward so I can hit my goal. Yes? Yes, yes, and yes? All right, let me see what y'all saying in the chat. Let me see. That's why your box is in the mailbox. Yeah, we set ourselves up for failure thinking we can do it all in a day. Absolutely. And then we're giving a little bit of attention to a million things at one time, right? I used to say, oh, I'm great at multitasking. But the truth of the matter is I'm not great at multitasking, right? I'm great at being distracted. Ooh, that's a word. I didn't even think about that. It just came out. That is a word. I am great at being distracted, right? So I lack focus. I lack concentration. The reason why I feel like I can multitask so good is because I need to be distracted. How many people in this room can relate? You know that you got to sit down and do something, but the dishes is calling. You know that you need to be pouring candles, but you over here sending out emails that don't have anything to do with the day, right? You're over here scrolling on social media when you know you should be making some soap. You know that your order should be going out, but you decide that you don't want to go to the post office because, oh, I got to clean the bathroom. Oh, I got to do this first. Oh, wait a minute. It's so many different things, right? I'm great at being distracted, right? Not being a multitasker. I'm not great at that. I'm just great at being distracted. And so I feel like I could do different things because it helps me be distracted, right? I'm going to do this and do that because I could distract myself from doing that thing. And then I'm just going to be going back and forth, back and forth. And I think I'm moving smarter, but I'm not. I'm not. Right. And so if we could focus on something and get that thing done, we could move it out the way. We could focus on it 100%, move that thing right on out the way. Right. Yes, yes, and yes. Got it, Kawan, Kawan. That part, me for sure. I thought I was great at multitasking. Wait a minute. Until recently, right? I do that. That's me. I'm not on the same level as most in here, but I'm using that as motivation. Yes, I make sales, but I need to do better. Being a part of this community is helping me know that I am not alone. Absolutely. You are not alone. You are not alone, not alone. And then the thing that I want you to take from everything is that you don't have to necessarily be where somebody's at, because everybody's at different levels, right? Some people are entry level, some people are started, but they're not moving yet. Some or they're growing. Some people are growing and they stop because they hit a plateau. Some, you know what I'm saying? Like, we have different levels of business in here. And so I just want you to take the principles, and when you start your business or when you start making products or whenever everything starts moving, that you take the principles and you apply it to how you plan out your day, because time management is going to be very important, because time management is something that we all struggle with. We all struggle with it, right? Let me see. Gonna catch the replay. My daughter just came back from vacation. Oh, okay, Michelle. See you later. Love you all and have an awesomely productive and blessed weekend. You too, and we love you back, girl. The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen R. Covey. I think it's Stephen R. Covey, but I think it's Stephan. I don't know if he says it's Stephen or Stephen, but it's Stephen Covey. The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. You can listen to it for free on YouTube. You can get it from off of Audible. However you get your books, if you want to read it, it's a great book to have. It. They also have 7 Habits of Highly Effective Teens. So they have that in teens too. So if you have kids, you can get that for them too. Doing a lot and not getting anything done. Yep. Mine comes from planning to do multiple things in a day instead of setting aside a day for one thing at a time. Absolutely. And then maybe you don't need to set the whole day aside. Like, maybe you need to do half the day you're going to be pouring. The next half of the day you're going to be doing administrative work. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe you could break your day up so it doesn't feel like it's a whole, because it will get monotonous, right? You will feel like, oh, I can't pour another candle. I can't do another thing, right? You will feel like that. But if you kind of break it up, then you know, okay, I got this part coming up. All right, I'm good with that. You know, because then it breaks that up. It breaks it up for you. OMG, Nikki, you said it wrong. Please come in. Kawan. It's not Kawan. Oh, I'm not gonna call you that name anyway. I'm not gonna call you that. I'm gonna call you K. I'm gonna keep K. I'm gonna keep K. Time management is key. I'm trying hard. Yes. I wonder why when you are at work, you do a lot of work, right? When I'm home doing my business, it's not the same. I guess it's the structure I lack. It's not the structure, it's the discipline. It's the discipline. You have to realize that whatever you're going to give yourself at work, or however you're going to do it at work they give you tasks. You have things that you have to do. You have deadlines. You have all these things to do at work, right? So that helps you with the structure. But when you get home, you need to have the discipline, right? Because if you're not disciplined, you're not going to get what you need to get done, right? Because you need to get disciplined with your schedule, right? We'll lollygag and say, if you wake up early in the morning and you know that you could get some stuff done, and you saying, oh, I need to make some breakfast, oh, I need to make some coffee, oh, I need to do this, all this time is going to pass, and you never start to work early because you did all these extra things. But if you're disciplined and say, okay, this is what I'm going to do, this is where I'm going to start my day, and I'm going to do this for X amount of time and do the next thing for X amount of time, then you have some, and then you have to commit to it, then you have discipline and you have structure, and then you could apply what happens at work to your what you do with your business. Right? We have to work the same way. You got to take some key things from work away, right? And apply it to yourself. How can I be as productive as, as I am at work at home? How could I do that? Well, at work, I know that when I sit down at my desk, I got to sit down at my desk and do my work, right? When you get to your job, I mean, depending on what your job is, you can't usually go. If they expect you to be there at 9 o'clock, usually you're there at probably 9:45, get yourself situated and everything, and you are ready to function and work at 9 a.m., right? When it comes to our business, we just think we could do anything because this is our business, right? We slackers on our business. We just do whatever we want to do on our business. We got to change that. We have to change that. If I got to sit there, if I got to work at the job and I got to be there, and I'm going to be there at 8:45 so I could be there early so I could get myself together, then I'm going to do the same thing that I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that for my business as well. Yes, I'm going to do the same thing because I need to make sure that I have set the structure. I'm going to be disciplined and I'm going to do whatever I say that I got to do for today. If I say today is all about answering emails, I'm going to answer my emails. If today I say I want 10 sales, I got to do what I need to do for 10 sales. If I say that I want to send out 10 emails or whatever, then I'm going to make sure I do that. If I want to make 10 calls, whatever it is, I got to make sure that I'm disciplined to do the thing. Yes, because discipline, as you guys know, I say my 3 keys to success is intention, consistency, and discipline. Those are the things that is going to carry you over, right? You have to be able to be disciplined. You have to be able to tell yourself, I got to do this when I want to and when I don't, right? Having deadlines put the pressure on. I worked harder helping people with their businesses than on my own projects. So now you got to, and now that you know that, Trina, you're going to have to just put that into you now. I act like you working for somebody else, if that's going to change the mentality for you, right? Act like you working for somebody else. Act like you're operating a multi-million-dollar company, right? Act like you are a mogul right now, or act like your boss is a mogul and you're the mogul and you do the work that you need to do so that you could get to where you want to go. Yes? Yes, yes, and yes. So true. It's a plan B mentality that Yesenia was talking about. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's why I'm enjoying the Pomodoro technique. Yep. 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 So you got to make sure, concentrate, do the work, get your time together, get disciplined, get focused, and make sure that you do the thing. Work harder on yourself than you work on your job, right? Work harder on yourself than you work on your job. I didn't make that up. I think that came from Zig Ziglar or Jim Rohn, one of them. But definitely put in the work for your personal development, right? For your personal development, you need better time management for you to be successful, right? You need discipline in order for you to be successful. Practice those things, because if you practice it, it will become a habit, right? We have more bad habits than we have good. Why? Because it feels more comfortable. It feels better to do the things that we don't want to do, right? But if we're disciplined and we create the habit of doing it, where it's something that we can stick to. Right? It's something that we can stick to. Do I like waking up at 5 a.m. every morning? No, but do I do it? I absolutely do. And if I should lay around for a little bit longer, I probably lay around for, my body won't let me lay around past 10, 15 minutes because I'm like, it's 5 o'clock. I need to get up. Right? It's 5 o'clock. I need to get up. So I'm disciplined to I'm disciplined at waking up at 5 a.m. and it's a habit now. My body automatically does it. Right? We have muscle memory. If we do things enough, our body will create that pattern in our mindset, in our mind's eye. Right? And so keep that in mind for yourself. Yes? As long as I rely on my guaranteed money, I can make excuses for my stuff. Yep. Working on switching that mindset now. And that's true, because once you make that guaranteed money, guess what? You get complacent. Complacency is the enemy. Complacency is the enemy. The Pomodoro technique is, you can also get this as an app. You work 100%. full concentration on working 20 to 25 minutes, and then you'll take a little mini break, like 5 minutes. And then you start the clock all over again, and you do another set, another rep of work, right, for 20, 25 minutes, and then you take another mini break, and you do that until you finish working for the day. But that way you can get the most out of your day, because within that 20, 25 minutes, you're trying to actually see how much you can actually fit into that 20, 25 minutes. And you'll actually see that you're cutting things, taking things, writing things, crossing things off. I was like, I can't think of the word. Crossing things off your list quicker. Right? So there's an app for that. So Pomodoro Technique, just look up the app. Is absolutely free. Focus, that part. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Everybody put discipline in the chat. Discipline in the chat. And also you put discipline and concentration. Discipline and concentration in the chat. Right? Because that is what we need in order for us to get the task done, doing the first things first. We need discipline and we need concentration. You also, oh, they suggested at school. Yep. And it's free. Like I said, the app is free. Man, this Tyler of mine been killing me. I'm dead in the mornings, and he don't want to sleep until I'm down in the bed. Putting me in the bed. Putting me in the bed is dangerous. Okay, it went up too fast over there. It went up too fast. So I wrote down, successful people concentrate on the top things on their to-do list. Successful people. You want to be successful? Study the habits of successful people. You want to be a millionaire? Study what millionaires do, because their habits are something that's going to, you'll be able to see what they do is something that they consistently do all the time. Donald Trump is going to always be able to have money because he has a method and a technique that he consistently follows, even if he loses it all. Right? He knows how he's going to pick back up. As long as you have a structure, you will be able to repeat this anytime. Right? You start these habits, you'll be able to be successful all the time. Right? Will the idea be amazing every single time? No, it may not, but you do know what it takes for it to work. You do know what it takes to get it out to the masses. You do know what it takes for you to make money off that thing. Right? So I want you guys to think about that. If you want to be successful, study successful people. Read about successful people. See what successful people do. Successful people wake up early in the morning. Successful people work more than 8 hours a day. Unless, I mean, even if they're doing stocks and things like that, they're still putting in the time to do whatever it is that they need to do. They're researching it. They're going here, they're getting the journals. They're doing all these things in order to make sure that they do what they want to do. Right? So they put in that work so that they can relax later. Right? Same thing that I said about Michael B. Jordan. He said he took his 20s so that he can perfect his craft. So when he gets older, he'll be able to relax and he don't have to worry about where my money is going to come in from or when is going to be my next break. He said he's established that in his 20s. He sacrificed going out to the clubs. He sacrificed partying and all of that in order for him to be successful now so he can reap the rewards later, as opposed to doing it differently, as opposed to partying now and then trying to figure that out when he got older. Right? And so that's how we need to think. Right? We want to be successful in our business. Let's do all the work now. There's a lot of things that we're doing that does not help or benefit our business that we could let go. Right? There's a lot of pruning, like from yesterday. There's a lot of pruning that we can do with our businesses or for our businesses so that we can grow and we can bear fruit from a beautiful, abundant plant tree. You know what I'm saying? So I want you guys to keep that in mind. I want you to keep that in mind. I can't remember the name of the book where the person interviewed a bunch of successful people. There's quite a few of them. There's quite a few. I know Outliers is one. There's this black guy who wrote one. It's just a whole bunch of successful millionaires. And I see his face, but I can't remember his name or the book. But yeah, there's a bunch of them. It's a bunch of them. But study the habits, right? Because success leaves clues. You'll see everybody who's successful, they're basically doing the same thing, right? They're basically obsessed with the vision, right? And they're doing whatever it takes in order for that vision to come true, right? They have a dream and they're working towards it, right? They don't have a dream and they're just leaving it sitting in their head. These people are obsessed with their dreams. Will it always work out? No, it will not always work out. Will you have failures? You will absolutely have failures, but in that failure, you will have some triumphs. And so you have to be able to look at it that way, right? Will it always work out? No, but guess what? I'm going to try it again because I see what didn't work. So now I'm going to make it work so it can work, right? So we have to make sure that we are doing that, right? Successful people, they concentrate on the top things on their to-do list, time manage, and they also hire people. If they don't know how to do something, they hire somebody, and they hire somebody who's really good so it can help them 10x maximize their business, right? They do what they need to do in order to make it grow even more so, right? Yeah, they could sit there and learn how to do something, but that's going to take away from them being ultimately successful in the thing that they had a vision to do. And since I'm not great at that, I could hire somebody who's great at that because that's what they love to do. I hate doing that. And so I hate doing that. I'm going to hire somebody who's great at that so I could continue to do more things so I could keep moving forward. And I don't have to stutter step. I don't have to look over my shoulders. I don't have to look back in order to figure out how I'm going to learn how to do something. I'm going to let the people who know how to do it, right? That's also another thing that successful people do, right? A lot of the times we're wasting time. Time sucks, time wasters, doing things that are not our blessing. If you know that creating labels is not something you want to do or learn, then hire that out to somebody else so then you could do some more things that you want to do, right? Or see if you could get a template, right? Make it easier for yourself. Oh, I can't afford to pay a graphic designer to do my labels, but I could go to Etsy, I could grab a template, I could go to Canva, I could grab a template, I could plug and play, put my information in there, boom, bam, bit it, and then there's my label. I don't have to sit here wasting hours and hours and hours trying to learn the software so that I could create a label. Yes, 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 and yes. So I'm going to leave it at concentration. I'm going to leave it at concentration. We could pick it up afterwards. Also, I put urgency. Remember, I told you success loves speed, first of all, and execute quickly because that's absolutely what needs to happen. You need to execute quickly because the idea and the passion in the moment will pass you. So you got to make sure you act when the iron is hot. You got to strike when the iron is hot. You got to act when the passion is hot because that's when you're going to go gung-ho or full speed ahead onto it, right? So that's all the principles that I'm going to leave you with for today. My voice is just going, right? That's all the principles that I'm going to leave you guys with today, but I want you guys to really stop, focus, get laser focused on your goals, get crystal clear on what it is that you want to achieve. I want you to also take some time so you can sit this weekend and write it out. If you got time today, if you're sitting at your job and the phone is not ringing and you don't really have anything to do, instead of scrolling, start jotting some ideas down. Start jotting some things that you want to do with your life down. Start jotting down some of your goals. Where do you see your business going? What do you want for your business? How many things do you want to sell? How much money do you want to make? Take some time to really think about it because once you start putting it on paper, some things might start to change, right? And then you also want to make sure that you're creating the blueprint for your life. Right? You want to be creating the blueprint for your success because if you don't create your blueprint, you don't know how to build your future. Ooh, a word. If you don't have a blueprint, you don't know how to build your future, right? A contractor is not going to build a house without a blueprint, right? There has to be there has to be things laid out. We have to figure out the measurements. We have to see what we need to do. We have to see what this foundation needs to be made of. We have to see how far we need to dig into the ground. We need to make sure that we, get the codes and everything that we need in order to build this business, right? To build the building. You have to make sure that everything is up to code. It's the same thing with your success, right? You have to make sure that you are up to code. You have to make sure that you check off the things that you need. You need the discipline. You need the intentions. You need the intent. You need the consistency. You need the focus. You need the concentration. You know what I'm saying? You need all those things. And since you need all those things, you got to make sure that you are up to code in order for you to be successful, right? You cannot create the structure without the blueprint. And so think about that for your business. You have to have some kind of a plan so that you know exactly what you are going to build. Yes. Yes, yes, and yes, you guys. Yes, yes, and yes. Jasmine is going to put her live. She's editing it and she's going to repost it. I think she said she's going to do it today. So I think she'll tell you guys when she actually puts it up on YouTube. But yes, she says she's editing it because I missed it as well. So yeah, she's going to put that up on YouTube for you guys. So, how did everybody feel about today's live? Are you going to be changing some things? Are you going to create your blueprint? Are you going to start mapping out your future? Like, what are we doing? Are we going to get disciplined? Are we going to get laser focused? What are we going to do? Are we going to prioritize our day so we could get better at time management? Are we going to commit to excellence? Are we going to commit to being excellent at our craft? Are we going to commit to learning so that we can be excellent in no matter what it is that we want to do? Are we going to commit to that? Are we going to commit to social media and say, you know what, I'm going to post this amount of times a day? I'm going to definitely make sure that I do this X amount of times a day. I'm going to commit to that. I'm going to make sure there's quality content. I'm going to make sure my descriptions are on point. I'm looking at other people. I'm looking at the experts and people that I admire, and I'm seeing what they're doing. I'm seeing what works for them, and I'm seeing where they have lack, and I'm going to focus on the lack so I can make that better, right? So I want you guys to really do that. If you guys got to come back and listen to the replay, please come back and listen to the replay. Please take notes. I did take a lot of notes, so I'm probably going to type these up for you guys and put it as a PDF for you guys, and I'll put it on the website. If you guys want to check out Bubble Babes University, you guys can go on over there and tell me what you think, if there should be any changes or whatever. Right now, everybody only has access to the open part of the website. The Honor Society, all of that is a private and you can't get in until you pay. But there's also 3 classes as well. I'm going to be moving people over. So if you took a class with me, I'm going to be manually inputting you into the system so that you can access all of your class materials. So yes, yes, and yes. If you think anybody could use this video, make sure that you share it with a friend. Like, comment, and subscribe. If you are not subscribed to the channel yet and you've been sitting in here, let's subscribe, y'all. Subscribe. And share the video out to your friends, right? And let them know it's popping over here. We are here for Coffee with Nikki, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And your daily cup of information and inspiration. And you guys, I had an amazing week with you guys. I always have an amazing time with you guys, but I love being on one topic for the entire week. That was really good. But yes, I am going to put all of these notes in PDF form for you guys so you can have it as well. I'm not sure if I'll put them on Facebook or if I'm going to put them in an Honor Society. I'll probably put them on Facebook so that you guys could get them. Everybody can access them, even if you're not in the Honor Society. So that is it. Let me check and see what you guys are getting from today. Yes, yes, and yes, yes. Awesome live as usual. Thank you, Nikki. Thank you, Trina, for sure. All of this. Thank you, Salima. All of the above. Thank you, Kay. Indeed, I'm going to apply it all. Absolutely, Deltra. Absolutely. Georgetta said, come on, evangelist. Okay, thank you. It seems that that's what I'm kind of evolving into because I've never spoke this much ever. I mean, like on YouTube doing videos, but that's not consistent. I'm consistently here every day. So it kind of like is leading up to something. It's leading up to something and I'm letting it go. Yes, I'm making I'm making a blueprint in time management. I'm committed to my business. Absolutely. Absolutely. Definitely prioritizing and scheduling my days more effectively. And don't forget, you got to download that app, the Pomodoro app. Definitely going to press in more and apply these great tips. Awesome. Thank you, Toya. Is it open yet for new students? It is open. It is open. I'm still making adjustments, but you're able to access everything. I want to go back in because remember I said I wanted to put the hashtag. So if you search something, you'll be able to find it. So if you're looking for marketing, you'll be able to find it. If you're looking for wholesale, you'll be able to find it. If you're looking for labels, you'll be able to find it. So I want to make sure I do that. I can't sign into the new system. I get an error. What? Okay, I'll fix it. I'll fix it because I don't know why that's even happening. Also, you can download the app. This is great too. You can download the Mighty Networks app and you'll be able to get everything off the app on on the go, right? You don't have to be at a computer. You can access it on an app. Hit the like button before you leave. Absolutely. Thank you, Trina. Have a great weekend, everyone. Yes, I'm committed to my blueprint and time management. I'm not able to sign into the Honor Society. Are you able to see the Honor Society? Loved it. That's why I started calling you Mother Bubbles. Okay? Mother. You're the candle I posted about, Nikki. You're leading us with your light. Oh, thank you, Trina. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Using the app now at work. That's right. Use that app. Use that app. All right, you guys. So I am out of here. I hope you guys have an amazing weekend. If you have any events this weekend, I hope you guys sell out. Don't forget 12 o'clock. Kay from Push Classics Collection. She's going to have a sale. Is a bunch of not a bunch of. She has mystery boxes with a bunch of stuff inside, and they're $25. And she also has her deluxe boxes that are going to be for $50. You guys go and support. Make sure you guys go and support each other, support one another in their business, because if we don't do it, who won't do it for us? Hey, you might have to sign up again. Yes, you're definitely going to have to sign up again. So everybody, thank you so much. Hit the like button, hit the notifications bell so you can be notified when we go live again. I will see you guys on Monday. That's the next time we're going to be live. Monday at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. 2 apps. Okay, so we got the Pomodoro app. We have the Mighty Networks app. That's so that you can access Bubble Babes University. And those are the two. So you guys, again, have an amazing day, and thank you so much for riding with me today, because I know your time is valuable and you could be doing anything else in the world, and I know that you don't get it back. So I hope that you got value from today, and it's something that you could use and apply and share to somebody else. So thank you. You guys have an amazing weekend. Again, bye y'all.